What's up, Pawners? I'm Alex, and welcome back to another awesome video. For today's video, we're going to be checking out something that's really cool that was just posted the other day. So basically, there's this company known as Haunted Hill Farm, which if you never heard of them, it's an online retailer of Halloween animatronics. And recently, last year, and even over the past few years, I don't know when they started doing this, but basically this website, they have been selling a bunch of old techie toys animatronics from places like Party City, Spirit Halloween. Lots of just really awesome old ones that we haven't seen in years. But yeah, last year, I remember when I was looking, they brought back a lot of awesome ones. And this year, they're giving us a little teaser at 10 new ones that will be back for this year. So of course, for today, we check out these 10 new/returning props for 2024. Lots of these new techie animatronics that they're returning are some from Spirit Halloween from the past, come from Party City. And it's kind of cool that they're bringing lots of these back because Spirit Halloween has been bringing back some props over the years, but usually sometimes Spirit doesn't really bring back the greatest animatronics. Like last year, if you remember, they brought back the Ghost Queen for some reason. That was a terrible idea. So anyways, let's check out these props today because there's 10 awesome ones and these all look so cool. So let's check out the first one. Okay, so the first animatronic I'm going to talk about today, we're just going to go in order from how they posted these on Instagram. But basically, the first one they posted about here is Damien. This guy is a really awesome one. I love how he looks. Look at this guy. He's supposed to be this, like, zombie, I think. His head design is pretty sweet. I like how he has his mouth there. That looks creepy. And he's, like, a cut in his head and all the scars and everything. Overall, that head mold is really cool and probably one of the better ones we've seen from Techie. He also has nice hand molds down there, and the clothing is just kind of plain, but I do like how it has like the little rips on there and has like blood and everything. Overall, it does look like a pretty cool prop. And this guy has like a similar or exactly the same motion as that new Spirit Halloween animatronic that came out a while ago. I believe it was called Demonica. And yeah, for where this guy was originally sold, I believe it was Spirit. It may have been at Morse Costume somewhere, but I do want to say it's Spirit. I think it was sold there. But yeah, overall, this guy's a cool one, and he'll be a cool one to see brought back. And moving on, we got a more newer animatronic that they're bringing back. This one's the Animated Bride. This one, I think, is about a year old or 2 years old. And yeah, look at this prop here. It has this kind of like motion that they've used on a few props from Techie recently. It's like this weird motion where it kind of like moves around. And I think the original version of this mech was for a ghost. I believe it was that one at Spirit. And then they've also sold a version of it at Party City. And of course, this Animated Bride version. I forget where this was sold. I want to say Party City. But yeah, look at this prop. It's nothing too crazy. The design of it is nice. It's supposed to be like this bride. So of course, it has the flowers in the one hand. It has like the black wedding dress, of course, to go with the Halloween theme. Face design, nothing too crazy going on, but it is kind of an interest in motion. And even though this prop isn't my most favorite, it's not too bad one to see brought back. It's a cool one, could definitely work in a graveyard theme or anything. Not the scariest, but still a pretty cool prop and cool to see brought back. Moving on, though, we got one that I would say is probably a fan favorite. This one we actually saw brought back a couple years ago, or not exactly, we saw a version of it brought back. They like reskinned it a bit and stuff and now sold at Morris. But the original version we haven't seen in a while. This right here, of course, is Rosemary, which is a pretty sick prop. This one I remember seeing it back in 2015, and it was one that definitely scared me. So basically, it's this little girl that's eating on this brain, which is a cool animation. I like how it like actually like turns the head down to eat the brain, and like the head can move and the mouth moves and everything. But then the best part is like when you're looking at it and everything, it actually like lunges towards you, which is really creepy. So really good jump scare and one that definitely gets a lot of people. I like how the prop's supposed to be kind of like this possessed, has like the white glowing eyes and everything. I'm a big fan of possessed props. I'd really love to get more. So this one is certainly a cool one to see brought back. And this one, of course, the original version was an exclusive to Spirit Halloween. I believe it was 2015. But yeah, to see the actual original version brought back is awesome because the design of this looks cool. I love the brain and everything, the head design, everything. It's a good prop. Great one to see brought back. And the next one we have is another cool one. It's another one that's kind of like that Demonica prop. I think it has like the same motion, but this right here is the Howler, which this guy, I don't really remember him that much, but he does look like a pretty sick werewolf prop. As you can see, look at this photo here. He has that like really cool head mode. That mouth there and the head and everything looks pretty cool, like the red glowing eyes. Then the rest of the body too, I like how the clothing has like the blood on it and everything. But I like how it also has like the holes cut out where you can actually see part of his fur. That's a cool detail. Definitely adds to like the immersion of the prop, I guess you could say. And of course his hands down there. Nothing too crazy, but they do look nice. And yeah, looking at the photo here, I do believe he was another reskin of the Demonica prop. He just looks awesome. I love werewolf props, and I would definitely love to have a werewolf prop in the collection, so cool to see him brought back. Of course, carrying on to the next one, we have another one that isn't too old. It's from a couple years ago. But this one right here is the Axe Girl with updated sound. This one, if you remember, is from 2020 from Spirit. I believe they also sold it in 2021. It was either online only or still in stores. But I don't think they sold in 2022, so it has been a few years since we've seen this one. But it's a creepy one. It has a cool jump scare where it, like, slams this axe to the ground, which is creepy. And then the, like, girl right here, like, that face design is a pretty creepy one. And the clothing and everything definitely reminds me of a minion. But yeah, the clothing design, everything's awesome, but it's a pretty creepy prop and a good jump scare, I would say. And of course, they did change the name on this. I forget what it was called when it was at Spirit. I'll put the name on screen for you, but they're naming it the Axe Girl. Hondo Farm, I know Spirit owns lots of the rates to lots of names of props. So of course, when Hondo Farm sells it, they have to change the name. And it seems like Hondo Farm isn't the biggest on creative names, just kind of make a basic name for the prop. So they're of course going with Axe Girl, not too bad, but it is cool to see this prop back. And moving on, we have another awesome one, which is a classic from Techie. This right here is the Haunted TV, which this one, I'm not sure what year it originally came out, but I do remember seeing it at Spirit Halloween. It was part of the Haunted Hotel theme. It may have been older than that, but I do also remember Moore's Costumes sold some version of it that I remember seeing over at Halloween Alley. But this prop's a simple one, and it isn't much of like a jump scare, but it's just a really like creepy prop. It has this motion where the like screen on it's like this weird fabric they can't see through, but it pushes this outline of a face into that fabric, which is kind of stretchy. So when it pushes the face into it, kind of stretches the fabric, you can see this like creepy face emerging from the television. And of course, has like strobe lights in the background and everything. It is such a creepy prop. It's one that I would really love to own. Like, it's cool tabletop and everything. I don't buy tabletops that often, but this one is an awesome one and would work really well in my haunt. That's a creepy one, and I love that they're bringing this one back, because yeah, it's just such a cool prop. Of course, moving on, we've got another one of these like ghost props. I did talk about that Haunted Bride or whatever it's called earlier, but right here we've got the Rising Ghost Woman, which this one came out back in, I want to say 2020. I remember seeing it at Party City. But it's essentially the same as the bride one, but it's kind of like this white look. It's not holding the flowers or wearing a bride dress or anything. It's just kind of this completely white figure, because it's supposed to be this ghost and everything. And it kind of has that same motion of how it's moving around. It's supposed to be like this ghost. I feel like the motion definitely works well for a ghost prop. I don't like how much they've been using this motion. They've used on quite a few props now. I think this one might have been the OG version. This prop, good animation, I'd say, works well for a ghost. And the look of it, pretty basic, but it does work. Overall, good prop. Another cool one, I guess, to see back. Not one that I would buy, but cool to see back. And now moving on, we have two more left, but the next one is the Tombstone Lifter, which is a pretty cool one. This guy is the one prop that they're bringing back that I do not remember at all. So I don't know where this was an exclusive to. It may have been Spirit Halloween, but I do think it must have been before around 2014 and 2013, because that's when I started really going to Spirit. Or it may have been during those times, I just don't remember it. But basically, look at this guy. He looks awesome. He like lifts up this tombstone. I like that like face underneath. It's like really creepy. It's like this zombie, I want to say, or like this ghoul, I guess. Clothing, nothing too special, but it does look nice. So yeah, overall, this guy, he's not too crazy of a prop, but he is definitely a more classic looking one from Techie. And overall, I think he is a good one that they are bringing back. I think it would work well in a graveyard theme. So yeah, this guy, another awesome one to see brought back. And now moving on to the final animatronic that they're bringing back. This right here is the Pumpkin Sentinel. I probably said that word wrong. But this guy is also another fairly recent one. This guy's only from a couple years ago, 2022, from Spirit Halloween. He's basically this static pumpkin guy. It's like towering over you. I think he has a total height of 10 feet, but I believe you can lower it down to like 7 feet. I think there's like multiple heights you can have him at. But looking at him here, I will say he might be my least favorite that they're bringing back. This guy I'm not too crazy about. He is a pretty decent prop, but he's just nothing too crazy. Looking at him, I really wish they would have gave him the full pumpkin head. They only gave him half of it, which looks strange. It looks like there's like just part of it missing, which isn't the greatest. The rest of them too, though, the arms don't look too bad. I like how the fingers are actually posable. Like how there's the ribcage up there and the creepy cop dripping down is nice. But one other thing is the pole that's supporting him is like really skinny. And I don't really like the way they did. They just kind of put this like fabric piece over it, which I don't think it looks the best. It would have been so much better if they would have done something better with this support pole for him instead of just having it the way it is. overall, he is still a pretty decent prop. Doesn't move or anything, but he does look awesome, and I think he is made for outdoors, which is nice, so you can have him out in your yard, good for a pumpkin patch theme or farm theme. So yeah, not my most favorite, but it's still a decent prop to see brought back. And yeah, of course, with all that said, that is kind of it for the video. Really cool that they're bringing back these 10 animatronics. A couple of them are pretty cool. I especially love that werewolf one, whatever it's called. The Axe Girl is also pretty cool. Of course, a few of the others are also really awesome to see brought back. I wonder if they'll also bring back more than just these 10. I assume they will. Last year, I know they brought back a number of them, maybe like 20 animatronics they brought back. But yeah, it's definitely cool to see them bringing these props back that Spirit Halloween has never brought back and probably never intends to. And other stores probably don't intend to bring any of these back either. And yeah, these are definitely cool to see. I don't think I'll be picking any of them up just because I believe that Haunted Farm does not ship to Canada, so I unfortunately won't be able to buy these. I might be wrong on that. If they do ship to Canada, maybe I'll be interested in some, but who knows. Anyways, these props are awesome. And if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I post a lot of awesome Halloween content. Or if you're a fan of amusement parks, go check out my amusement park fan channel, which I've linked down below. And of course, if you're a fan of Funko Pops, you can see I have a lot in the background. I'm currently going to start posting more Funko Pop content on my Alex the Brick Guy channel. And also, I'm going to start posting just a bunch of other random videos on there. So subscribe to that channel if you just want to see a bunch of random stuff and Funko Pop content. But anyways, that's it. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.